Okay, so yesterday I hit a super nice pre-planned 5 hour long on gold, which I mentioned in the update video yesterday in the afternoon, and then also went over it during the live stream in the evening. So got some questions if I want to do a recap. So quick recap right here. In the Discord server, I'm not going to show it again, but you know what the deal is. I mentioned how we had that tab 2 right here. Tab 3 come into extreme demand. We'll mention this in the chart as well. And that we left this super clean demand POI behind. And that was where I was interested if we could get a retrace, which I mentioned in yesterday's video. And then if we look at here, this was after the video, gold in a demand POI for the higher low. This was the 3-minute demand overlapping with that 45-minute demand for the higher low formation to the higher high. And that's also what's played out. So let's go to the chart, give a bit of context around it, because we have been in a super strong uptrend. And then this is basically our major new high range. I'm watching with this being the range high, this is the range low. And then last week we had a super tiny small Model 1 range, distribution range right here before the breakdown. But to keep it a little bit short in their duration, I will not go over that. But early this week, price massive sell-off, taking out a lot of sell-side liquidity right here, while perfectly tapping into this demand POI, like to the dollar. And if we bring on the deviation threshold, then we see that the deviation threshold aligns perfectly with that demand tap as well, to the dollar. Super clean. And from there, price bounced higher. So that moment I was looking at the chart and saw like what is price leaving behind. Then price was pushing up. So at this moment I saw, okay, we have demand right here because you have to sell and then buy. Clean demand below your range. Delete the range for now. And then on Monday during the live stream, I mentioned how price was making this 1, 2, 3 tree drive, which offered a nice short 2, 3. This is trend line like that. And you can also always draw your range. Like you have range high, range low, then this is step 1, this is step 2. You put it on the chart, step 1 at low, at high, step 1 at low, step 2, step 3, and this one gave a nice short as well. I mentioned the short, but I was live streaming, so I did not pay attention anymore. But for educational purposes, we had like this local higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, break. So this was your bearish breaker structure, but it's 1 minute and you are very close to your range high. So then I would personally look, is there a little bit of extra confluence with your volume profile, for example? Then this one should not be extended. Then you can see that here you are above your value area. So then you could just retest it and continue higher. But like here you have that break below it. So that it would be, for me, be the safer entry to wait for that break. Then for example, enter here, stop at the high. Target is your range low for a 3.8R. Then if we look what did price do, let's extend this right there. Price came to the like extreme liquidity, bounced up, rejected from probably some supply that was resting here for the lower high, and then eventually here price hit the target 3.8R clean 3 drive Model 1. And then because we were in a high time frame for a range low area, I was looking for, can this distribution flow over into a potential accumulation, because we have a local range low right here. We have good looking demand right below it. So at that moment, you can watch, like extend the range. Then I saw in the morning the price deviated below the range low, tapping into this demand. So this is like the mitigation of your top of the range demand right there. So here you mitigate it. So this is like mitigation of your demand and price moving back into your range while holding the deviation threshold, also making this a valid step 2. Then also in that move, Price even gave a break of structure, potentially allowing you to play a model 2. Because what do you have? You have low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. SFP, if you mark structure low, if you SFP and mark structure low, your high becomes a weak targeted high, which is this high, which is then also your market structure level. So here you break structure back to bullish. So a break back to bullish in your range, which makes this technically also a valid 2-tap model. However, your main structure remains higher up, so it's a difficult play. And it was during the night. So when I woke up, or it was later, but if you watch a tap 1, tap 2, break, internal break back to bullish, move back in your range, then the question is, what does price leave behind? And you can already see that you have like sell to buy here with aggressive buying. So that leaves behind this demand PY. And you can watch, okay, and often I say I want to see structure into the move. Well, this is the perfect example of a structure into the move, where you have like clean downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then boom. This is your internal break back to bullish again. So this is your bullish boss, while tapping into your demand right here. So this was our tap 2, validated when we broke structure back to bullish. And this is our demand PY to look for the higher low, for the higher high. So here you have internal, even like a local 1, 2, 3, going over into this model 1 into 2 very locally, but it shows you that the models work on every time frame. And this was the break back to bullish, validating this as your third tap. Then what did price leave behind on this low, high, high, low, bullish break? This demand got left behind at the range low, which got mitigated right here before expanding higher. So this moment, after this break, you can enter a long stop loss below that low. So let's say you wait for the mitigation and then you say, okay, reaction from the mitigation, stop below the third tap, target is the range high. And then technically it's like the high right there, but this would have been a 4R. However, I woke up when we were right here. So I saw like this is good signs of 1, 2, 3 Wyckoff model and accumulation. So there's a great chance that we will travel back to the range highs. Let's extend it now to the second tap. So then I was like, okay, price now at here, I'm not gonna enter to target that. That's not how it should work. So I was like, what did price leave behind? Where I'm interested into getting into a new fresh position. So if you zoom out, then you see that you have tab 1, 2, 3. Here you have 45-minute demand, or like sell candle taking over by that buy candle, leaving an imbalance behind. So this is your demand PY, which is weird because yesterday it got tapped, but then I zoomed in. It's probably like the 3-minute demand that was tapped. We have that 45. Yeah. So this was the 45-minute demand, and then you can see that on the low time frame it's already mitigated, except this 3-minute demand overlapping with it. So that was my main POI for price to travel into, which was the video of yesterday. You can watch it back where I mentioned it, which is also like this level right here. 1, 2, 3. This is the 3-minute demand. So then I said I want to see price move into that with a structured move, which was basically from here, low, lower high, low, low, lower high. And then from here, you did not really have any structure, but I was like on the very, very low time frame. And then normally I wait for a clean break of structure. So like here you can say you have high, low break, but you also have that like that rounded effect. So in this case, I knew if we're gonna reverse and play out that Wyckoff model, it's gonna be from here. So I waited for this local rounded bottom, and then I entered like here, I think. And then I gave the, a bit lower, gave the stop some room below that demand. And target was still the completion of the model. It was like a 5R, so then I entered somewhere around there. Waited for the reaction, and then as soon as we started pushing up, I moved my stop to break even. Got almost taken out right there, but just held on. And then you can see that yesterday evening and during the night, the model got completed, in which we had 1, 2, 3, market structure break. Here confirmed it basically already. Then this was the second confirmation, and then this was basically your fourth tap. So 1, 2, 3, test of demand before pushing higher for a 5R win. And then even if you look to technical, like not technical, but to the high, it would have been almost a 10R. So super clean trade. And right now, I think price can travel higher. So might look for new trades, but yeah, 5R in pocket, it's not worth it to take bad trades right now. So yeah, that was the explanation of the trade. Quickly, for people that are interested in it. BTC also mentioned yesterday during the video update how I wanted to see price take out the range low, fill the single prints, and then bounce up. What did price do? It tapped literally the top of the demand, range demand, filled the single prints till the dollar, and then saw price move higher. I hoped to see like the price break structure right here, then come back there for a super clean long entry, but price is now traveling higher, and I think we will push higher. So I took a long this morning, which I closed on this retest. So I took a long, basically playing the uptrend from here, high, higher, low, high, higher, low. And I wanted to enter in this demand, but price did not give that deep retrace. So eventually I ended up buying here. Stop was there. And then I thought if it pushes higher, I'm in a good position. And eventually I closed it when I saw price sell off right here. So there I closed the position for a nice gain. And right now I'm still looking for either this demand, where we now have 2 equal lows for potential long, or I'm going to also set an alert at this local demand, because I feel people are fading the move while local structure remains bullish. So this could once again just be high low for a higher high. So I'm more bullish biased for now, looking to play the local trend, but yeah, you have to keep an eye on where you are in your local range. We are at range high, so this is not a place you want to take massive risks, only if it's super clear. But I feel like price can move into here. If we show really clean distributive signs, then I might short it here. But I'm more leaning towards price testing 74k, which are the single prints. Let me show you. Oh, I don't have the order flow, but like I talked about how you want to see a move into your single prints and then a quick reaction away from it. If bulls are intended to push it higher, and this literally filled it to the dollar and then started pushing higher. And now the only imbalances we have left are located right here. So I feel like this is a magnet to travel towards. Going live in 20 minutes. So if you see this before the time, join the live stream in the Discord. You can join the Discord for it a fee, or joining it by using my Bybit, by Tunix referral link. So thanks for watching and hope to see you guys there.